This is a short video how I, the counselor, the Messiah, will face the security problem in Nigeria within the first 30 days after being sworn in as the elected president come 2027. Now, the mindset that people always deceive Christians, that politics is not made for Christians, is what led to why Africa and Nigeria has been in bondage in the hands of the Babylonians and the Egyptians and their taskmasters. I take you back to Exodus chapter 1, verse 8. And there it said, "Now there arose a new king over Egypt who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, Look, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal strongly with them, lest they multiply, and it happen in the event of war that they also join our enemies and fight against us, and so go up out of the land." Verse 11, therefore they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh supply cities, Pithom and Ramesses. So the fact is that the children of Joseph could not sustain and retain the diplomatic relationship between the house of Joseph and the house of Pharaoh. So the mindset that politics is not meant for Christians is what has kept us in this bondage. And all the spiritual battles, the entire kingdom of darkness has been fighting for 14 years. Since 2011, I opened my mouth to testify, and they have failed. And the only thing they do now, enchantment of distractions, manipulations, delay, hindrances, and limitations. But as I've said in the former version, in that reaction to the massacre in Benue, I read 2 Bible verses in Galatians 3:1. He said, "Who has bewitched you?" In Ecclesiastes 3:1, he said there is time and season for everything. So there is a time for Nigerians to be liberated. And you see that they were afraid in this place in Exodus 2 that they will multiply. And if you compare 250 million Nigerians to the politicians that have impoverized us, that is benefiting from the insecurity and the bad economy of this nation, they are less than 1% of the entire Nigerians. Now, the solution is the person is not meant to be an ordinary person, because the politicians are not ordinary people. The politicians have power they borrow somewhere. And I come here to challenge them. They also know that God has given me that same power, because I asked for the double portion of Solomon's wisdom. And because God grants me that vision for that wisdom, and the glory of the kingdom of Solomon is going to spring forth in Nigeria, and it will be extended to the entire Africa. So how are we going to fix the security problem in 30 days? Just the same letter I wrote to President Tinubu that he refused to attend to. In that letter, there ought to be a joint task force, a joint task force of security team. Every ward ought to have a patrol van made up of the local vigilante of the ward and the joint task force, which is maybe NDLA, Navy, Civil Defense, Police, possibly soldier. But at every ward level, there must be a patrol van, and there must be a joint security team. And when you carry the indigenous people of the community along, if you just like in Edo State here, they have the Edo State Security Network that they have trained. When the state are mandated and they are entitled, is their entitlement. The governor cannot continue to swallow billions of naira in the name of security votes, whereby the governor does not have the power to decide who will be his commissioner of police. The local government chairman cannot continue to swallow billions of naira in the name of security vote, where they cannot even influence who to be a DPO in the police station. You see that these Babylonians, they are all confusing themselves. They are manipulating, causing chaos, causing insecurity, because they continue to benefit. This is how insecurity is going to continue to escalate until 2027. When it doesn't escalate, there's no way they can pad the budget. With this situation now, the budget they are going to bring for 2026, possibly supplementary budget for 2025, is going to be highly padded in the name of security gadgets and equipment. And the Senate and the Rep will not cannot resist because the security challenges at the end of the day, it will be diverted for the purpose of the election. How are we going to achieve this? We are going to have our own political party. I will spend over 7.8 million to sponsor Peter Obi election in Edo State. I printed banners across all local governments. One of my drone was brought down a ring road by the oppositions on October 1st, 2022. That drone was worth 1.6 million. I did not get a dime from anybody apart from Take Back Nigeria. Summarily, we're going to have a joint security task force at every ward, and every demarcative boundary between every communities are going to be secured by the indigenous security personnel being trained by the state. And these security personnel are going to be having the state police uniform. The state police uniform, they are going to be representing the people that will become the state police are necessarily going to be educated people. These are the grassroots people that will be recruited because they know the nooks and crannies of their community and their boundaries and their territories. So before you cross from one community to another, you would have beaten two security roadblock. The one you are leaving, they will have their own security post. The one you are entering, they will have their own security post. As you are exiting, you will pass it again. Before you enter the next community, you will feel, how can people travel across states to go and commit crimes? And because the system is corrupt. Imagine mobile police or soldiers reacting that they want to enter the forest and avenge the death of their friends. Calls came from Abuja that they should not enter, and the people were crying. They went out. So it is a political game that they are playing with Nigerians. So this series is how we're going to fix the security problem. The state is going to have their state police, just like it's being done in America. The FBI is there, and the New York Security Police Department is there. All the states are going to have their police. Their police are not to do the work of the federal or the regional police, but they are to work with the police because they have the network and the territory and the map, and they understand their area. But there must be a security van across all wards. Politicians spend billions to win elections from the unit to the ward to the local government. Secondly, that very day of inauguration, this thing will be passed. In 30 days, Nigeria will be sanitized because the governor of the state is going to appoint his commissioner of police. When he misbehaves, he have the right to tell the Inspector General of Police to transfer him, and it will also be the one to recommend the next man to be brought for him. The local government chairman is the one to recommend who will be the DPO to secure his locality. And when there is a security breach, the same way the local government chairman is questionable to the governor, the same way the governor will be questionable to the president. Above all, I have said it before, it takes person with passion for humanity. It's not as if Nigerians cannot do well if I happens to be a president. But because of the ethnicity and tribalism, is the turn of the north, is the turn of the south, why can't we just do a true federation? True federalism. Let's do true federalism. Let the states be independent. Let the federal system have something to assist the state. There is no state that is poor. Just like the north that they are mining, the local government must be mandated to go into mining business. The south in middle belt, they are farming. All local government must be mandated to go into farming. No local government should be idle. Everyone must be productive. This will bring about massive employment. Imagine the numbers of youths that will be employed into the security system if we had to start securing Nigeria from community to unit level to ward level to local government level and to state level. And this thing is achievable. All these gadgets they are budgeting for that we are not seeing. They are paying for helicopter, paying for warplay, nothing. There is no sign that these things are there. So it is very simple. So the second one that will come is how I will fix the economy of Nigeria within 1 year. And that is going to has to do with the agriculture and the natural resources or human resources. Whatever you have in your state, all the local government must be mandated to invest in it. If your soil is productive, local government must have their farms. If it is mining zone or mining area, the local government must be into mining. Look at the crisis, all the insecurity, the banditry, and all that is coming, especially from Zafara. Is that a matter of between the former governor and the current governor? Former governor refused to release the site of the mining. For the new governor want to take over. All these things that is happening, these politicians, they know, but they don't want solution because they are benefiting from the system. So we're going to do this very short, and we're going to come for the other one. How we're going to form our party, since Obi has disappointed us for not allowing us to protest to recover our mandate while Buhari was still on seat. And now Obi chapter to me is a closed chapter. There is no difference between Obi, Atiku, and Tinubu. Why? Because this 15-point agenda, I have been tagging them, been inboxing them in their Twitter accounts, I've been messaging them. None of them has identified with it, which means none of them have a good plan for Nigerians. So with the common man, with the common Nigerians, we don't need to be a billionaire to take the mantle from them. We don't need to be a billionaire to wrestle power from them. Our strength is in our unity and in our numbers. So we are going to form our party, we are going to form our movement, and this movement is going to be clear. It's not about highest bidder. This is a vision. I've always said I'm a kingmaker. If somebody else has a better vision and is wiser than me, I am not desperate. But what matters is collective effort. Let's have a listening ear. Let's have a collective ideology. Let's be diplomatic in this journey, because these people are not ready to make Nigeria better. Things are getting worse on a daily basis. So we're going to fix Nigeria security problem from the unit level to the ward level, to the local government level, to the state level, and across the regions and the federal level. How are we going to do that? The governor is to be appointed as commissioner of police. It's not a inspector general of police in Abuja that would have collected millions from one man and posted into any state of his choice. The man came here to make the money that he has used to buy his slot as a commissioner of police. But when the governor be the one to appoint commissioner of police, he will give him a timetable and a mandate, and he will be answerable to the governor. The commissioner of police must be answerable to the governors, not to the inspector general of police. So with that, the local government chairman must be the one to appoint the DPO of the division police in his locality or in his local government. And the joint task force is possible, is achievable within the first 3 months after my swearing in, for us to have the entire patrol van across all the world in Nigeria. It is achievable. The money they are using to buy private jets and buy bulletproof expensive jeep can achieve this within 3 months. So from the very first day of my inauguration to the first 100 days in office, Nigeria security problem will be a thing of the past. And from the very first day of my inauguration, for the next 1 year, Nigeria economy will be revamped through agriculture, through technology, through mining. And no natural resources will be left for bandits or for criminals. Is it all what's it called now? Oil theft or whatever. Every level of government will have a role to play to secure our natural resources. The local government will be involved, the state government will be involved, the federal government will be involved. So for today, this is how we're going to fix the problem of security in Nigeria. We have to secure Nigeria from unit level to ward level, from ward level to local government level, and it is achievable, and it is my vision, and with God all things are possible. So this is for the terms of the security. I'm going to come for the economy later. So let's go with this. Let this video fly. Like any, if you watch it from the YouTube, like, subscribe, and follow. If it is on Twitter, just follow. If it is on TikTok, just follow. As for the Facebook, they have reported almost 3 of my Facebook. The one I have now is less than 1,000 followers. The one they reported was over 6,000 followers. So at the moment, I'm still trying to recover the former Facebook. But with these Facebook followers, you will see Apostle APSTL, abbreviated Apostle Destiny Wonder. Search for it and follow it as well. Then it will also be posted there. So we're going to create the page, the Counselor and the Messiah. You also follow the page. More grace. May we not labor in vain. May we not repeat the failures or the hindrances or the bondage or the limitations this Babylonian descendant of Jezebel and Delilah has done against our grandfather. They did against our father. May we escape them in the name of Jesus, that our children will not suffer. what our fathers suffer. So let's come together, let's be united, and let's stop criticizing each other. It's not about APC, it's not about PDP, it's not about Labour Party, it's about individual. None of them has passion for humanity, and because they have compromised their standard, maybe the source of their money or the source of their power, so darkness cannot give light. It takes light to light up the darkness. So light has come and darkness must disappear. Remain blessed and a blessing to Nigeria and your generation. More grace. God bless you. I remain your brother, Apostle Destiny David Wonder, the Messiah and the Counselor, the Kingmaker.